It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline bling.
That can only mean one
Oh
thing.
yes, it can only mean one thing, baby. Welcome to it. It is a Wednesday and you know what it means. It means you can call us now on the Culinary Hotline bling. Sing, sing, sing. Yes, yes. And today we're talking about a very, very relevant topic indeed. We talk about saving water while you're cooking. Emily Robertson joins me here this morning and she's here to answer all of your questions. She is from the Zout? South project, and she's here to suggest foods that can be eaten or prepared while still being very water conscious, and a very relevant topic, like I said. Thank you for being here.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And you're about to enlighten us on this. So what made you join the South project and be part of it and want to help people out there save on water?
Well, Studio H is a design studio that I work with, and so we were invited to Dutch Design Week last year to present a project, and we thought that the most relevant thing to do would be to present a water project on the water crisis in Cape Town. So we, we decided to team up with a design studio a research facility in Holland. And they were experimenting with using salt water and seawater to water crops. So we were like, that's amazing, we want to work with you guys. And so that was how the Sotsot project started. And yeah.
Excellent. And so how do you then get to deciding which kind of ingredients you're going to include in your menu that can help you be water wise?
Well, we first looked at those crops that can be watered with seawater. So those include cabbage, potatoes, tomatoes, strawberries, did I say carrots?
You didn't add them, just keep on adding them.
So all those crops can be watered with seawater, and then we started thinking about other things that we could add. So we added ostrich meat to our menu and ostrich eggs, because ostriches don't need to drink water. They just get all the moisture they need from the food they eat. And then we added camel milk to the menu because camels are famous for their ability to go without water.
Oh my word! That is okay. So when people were there at the dinner and they experienced the menu and the food, what was their reaction towards food that was prepared with water versus food prepared without water? Could they tell the difference? What were they saying?
Well, they really, really loved it, and so we intentionally put some quite curious items on the menu to get people talking. And I think as food designers, we really succeeded because all our guests were conversing about these big issues and thinking about these big issues, and also smaller ways in which we can all change. And I think that's just the main goal as food designers when presenting an idea.
Yeah. And is this something or a system that can be easily switched over to? Because obviously we're trying to encourage families out there to adopt a more water-wise way of preparing your food. But is it very difficult to do?
I mean, it's so easy. You can just change the way. So our main strategy is always to think about, eliminating.
Not to worry. It's live
So
TV, it's beautiful. You can do a retake right now, so action, go again.
So we like to eliminate water when we're cooking, as well as eliminate washing up, which I think everyone loves. So using tin foil and baking paper when cooking your food, so you don't have those pans to clean, as well as not boiling things. Using seawater in your cooking, so you can use seawater to steam your veggies as well as to boil them to a certain extent. But please be careful where you get your seawater from, because obviously there's a lot of dumping in the ocean. At this time, the best place to get it in the Cape is Scarborough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, and we want to know all about the interesting ways in which you are saving water at home. So give us a call on 021-430-9881 for the Culinary Hotline bling. Sing, sing, sing! Yes!
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline bling. Indeed, thank you so much. It's good to have you back with us. And we're back again in the kitchen right now for the Culinary Hotline bling. Sing, sing, sing! We're talking about all kinds of ways in which you can save water. Cape Town, the Western Cape, is experiencing a terrible drought right now. And so I think this kind of thing affects many parts of the world, so it's important for us to educate ourselves on the different ways to do so. So Emily Robertson, who's a chef at Studio H, is here to talk to us about all the different ways in which we can save water. And we want you to call us on 021-430-9881 and give us some advice on what are you doing at home in order to save water. One of the ways we were talking about was using seawater. And just as we were talking now during the break, there's an incredible amount of ways in which you can use seawater. And this was all done via research, because through the Zout project,
yes.
you teamed up with Dutch researchers, and they know all about water saving as well. So once you've gone to Scarborough, which you say is the, the best place to get your salt water, your seawater at, do you just merely go to the ocean and then wait for the tide to come in and just get your bucket filled?
Grab your bucket, make sure, try not to get any sand in there. If there is some sand, get it out,
Yeah.
get any debris out, and then just boil it. The water's clean there, yeah.
Yeah. So when you get home, you can use that water just as it is, put it in a pot, start boiling and using it for whatever, or do you need to do something to prepare the water first?
Well, boiling the water does clean it, first of all,
Yes.
but I would just use it, put it on the, we used to like to steam with it, because obviously that not all of that salt gets into the food that you're eating. So, yeah, boiling it, that's the best way to kind of go about using it. And if you're lucky, you can get some sea salt from it at the end of your boiling mission.
Yeah, and sea salt is so expensive out there when you buy it at the shops, right? So what kind of, we were talking about steaming is a very, very good thing that you can do with sea water, because the salt element plays no role.
Yeah, the salt doesn't evaporate with the water, so you're just getting delicious steamed veggies, yeah.
So give me all kinds of veggies that you've used before, that you've steamed before, that you've prepared.
Broccoli, carrots, garlic, as you'll see later. Kind of anything you can think of to steam. Potatoes, yeah. I mean, steaming is a very healthy way of cooking. So,
Yeah, exactly. It keeps all
chicken,
of the nutrients.
you can steam chicken.
You can steam chicken, you can steam... It keeps all of the nutrients in the food still. And once you've boiled with it, what are the ways in which you can then use that water afterwards?
The seawater or
Yes.
just normal? Oh, well, the seawater, well, when you've steamed it and boiled it, just... Yeah, you do it until the water's gone, and then you have left with your sea salt.
Yeah, because what I was talking about is that earlier on you mentioned that you can actually grow some plants and some vegetables using seawater.
Yes, of course.
Don't throw it away after you've done that.
Well, I wouldn't recommend that we, as kind of normal folks, go out and water all our plants with seawater because, well, I'm not a farmer or a scientist, so I'm not going to advocate that people, because salt can damage your crops.
Yes.
But there are certain veggies that are more salt resistant, and you can give them a little bit of salt water, and they'll still get that moisture that they need. So, for instance, your carrots, your cabbages, potatoes,
Yes.
strawberries, tomatoes. But again, I would rather recommend we cook with it and we leave the farmers and the scientists to do the crazy working out on that side. Yeah, we're just food designers. We are not scientists. Please, please.
And we'll also leave it to you to give us a call and tell us how you are going about saving water. Call us on 021 430 9881.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling! That can only mean one thing. When you call us on 021 430 9881, you can even dab while you do that. For the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ting, ting, ting! Emily Robertson is here. Are you into the ting, ting, ting thing?
I'm getting into it. Yeah.
Emily's teaching us all kinds of interesting ways in which we can save water when it comes to preparing our food. She and her team at Studio H have done amazing work and have worked with brilliant people to come up with these kind of things. And you're going to show us one of your recipes.
Yeah, so this is one of the recipes we did at the Soot waterless dinners. And so what we've got done here is we've steamed some garlic.
What are we making, first of all? What is this called?
There we go, that makes sense.
Let's give it a name.
Right, we're making some seawater garlic aioli.
Okay.
So everyone thinks aioli is really fancy. It doesn't have to be that fancy. At the waterless dinner, we made mayonnaise using some ostrich egg. But, you know, for everyone at home who can't get hold of an ostrich egg, some nice creaminaise or some mayo, any mayo will work really well.
Okay.
So we steamed our garlic with some seawater. And then, now it's cool, thank goodness. So
Does seawater take longer to boil because of the salt content in it, or is it all the same?
I haven't noticed, to be quite.
Don't concern yourself with these technicalities.
I don't think it's going to be too hectic.
All right.
So then we just put some garlic in here, nicely.
So nice and peeled, and that's all it is. How long does it take to steam garlic like that?
Like an hour, I think,
An
maybe.
hour?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
and then, yeah, it's not that hectic. Oh, lovely, it's open.
There we go, yes.
Thank goodness. And then we just put some delicious mayo in here.
Alrighty.
Okay, let's be generous here.
Yes.
Always be generous.
So this is this garlic aioli that you're making.
Yes.
Ideal. I'm seeing some baby carrots here. So when you are entertaining friends and that welcome snack, right?
It's so easy as
Just
well
when they
because
arrive.
everyone thinks aioli is like hard and fancy and
Yes.
Italian or whatever. It's not that hard. Let's get real. You can just fake it really, really easily. Yeah, you don't have to make your own mayo. Let's see how this guy works.
Yeah.
Thank-
There we go. There we go. Just
Oh
fit it
yeah,
on
I'm so
top.
close, I'm so close.
And there we go.
Oh, thank goodness you're
There we
here.
go.
Okay, and then we just.
So you're just gonna go at it. How fine do you?
I mean, I don't want
chop
any
it?
garlic bits personally, so
I like it a bit chunky.
So the nice thing about steaming your garlic beforehand as well is that it gets rid of any of that bitterness that it usually has.
Yes.
And it also makes it nice and soft, so you don't have to have it chunky if you don't like it chunky.
Excellent. Okay.
I think it
that
might
seems
be
about
done.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look.
Looks good to me.
Oh, there are some pieces in there.
Oh, some pieces. Okay, those can be for you. Let's give it a salt and a pepper.
So even with having steamed the garlic with sea water, you still do need to add your salt in there.
Well, the thing about steaming is, I only did up to high school physics, but basically salt doesn't evaporate.
Yes,
the water
exactly,
does. So you don't get any
yeah.
of that salt getting into the
So
garlic.
don't worry about that if you're steaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
there you
let's
have
get it into our beautiful.
You know I've got to taste this right now, hey?
Well, yeah, you like it chunky, so.
All right, there you go. So a lovely seawater garlic aioli. And imagine then serving it to your friends and family just like that. Don't worry. May I have a bit of a taste?
Definitely.
Okay, let's go here. Oh, yeah. No, I can't double dip. I was about to. Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
And do call us as well on 0214309881. Share some of your tips on how you are saving water while preparing your food. Thank you, Emily.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling. Back again. Yes, it's time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing. Get in there, Emily Robertson. She's part of our food panel, if you will, today. Chef at Studio H, and she's been sharing all kinds of ways and tips in which you can save water when it comes to your food preparation. Earlier on, we made a seawater garlic aioli, which is absolutely brilliant. It's right here. I've tasted it. You can check out the recipe on our website as well, expressoshow.com. And we have a caller on the line. Can you believe it, Emily?
Hey, so
who's
exciting.
about to pose a question to you. I believe it's Desiree from Port Elizabeth. Good morning, Desiree. Hello, Desiree.
Desiree?
Okay, maybe Desiree's from Peter Maritzburg. When I said Port Elizabeth, she was like, it's not me, it's not me. Desiree, good morning. Okay, well, we're trying to get her back on the line. In the meantime, one of the ways that you were saving on water at the Soet dinner is by using camel milk.
Yes. We looked at camels because they obviously don't use a lot of water. They're famous with their humps.
Yes.
And so we wanted to kind of get those things that we enjoy so much in a water-full world, in a
Yes.
waterless world.
Yes.
And so we made camel milk strawberry ice cream. Strawberries being one of those salt seawater crops that you can grow with seawater.
Yes.
And so that's
Beautiful
what we did.
combination. Okay, and they are in season right now, aren't they?
I
I went
so, yeah.
strawberry picking like
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. It was amazing.
Well,
you come
yeah,
up with buckets of them.
Drought, it's real.
Absolutely. All right. So take me through this, I guess, creation.
So first things first, we boiled our camel milk with some sugar to get it all nice and delicious and infused.
May I taste a little bit of I've never in my life tasted camel milk before.
Tastes pretty normal. Sometimes
Wow.
it tastes a little bit more farmy.
Yeah, I could get used to that though. I like that. Okay.
All right, so then we pureed our strawberries and now we're just going to add them here. So this is actually one of the dishes we served at our waterless dinners,
Yes.
the Soet waterless dinners. Let's get that into a nice...
Are you going to be doing more of these, by the way?
I hope so, yeah.
Awesome,
Because, I
that'd be
mean,
great.
it's a great way to get people thinking and talking about these big issues. And also, people love food. That's why we're food designers.
I'm sure great conversations around the dinner table were
Yeah.
had.
So putting all of this in here. Now, the thing is, everyone thinks to make ice cream you need like a fancy ice cream machine. We don't have a fancy ice cream. Well, we do have a fancy ice cream
We
machine.
do, okay? We're just not using it now.
No, but if you don't have one at home, you can just use salt and some Ziploc bags.
Okay.
So would you pour that in here?
I will, very
Maybe
carefully.
not all of it,
Okay.
because I mean we don't want to spend
All right.
5 hours.
I want to do
making
that
this ice
while we
cream.
take our caller. Desiree is on the line now. Oh, goodness. Desiree, I just spilled something in the kitchen while I was talking to you on the phone. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Very, very well, thank you.
Great,
What's
great.
your comment or question?
I have got pretty much an awkward question. I don't think Emily will be able to give me the full what's name.
Give us a try.
But I have a daughter that is in kidney failure and on dialysis. And there's a lot of people who are on dialysis because of the same problem, and they may not take any salt whatsoever. So tell me, with this sort of thing, how would that affect them? Because, you know, we've got to soak all the vegetables, everything's got to be soaked in water, and we cannot use seawater or, you know, anything like that, because that actually could cause much damage.
All right.
Well, Desiree, the thing about, so definitely do not boil in seawater in that case, because all the salt's going to go in there. But the thing about steaming your vegetables is the salt does not evaporate. So I would definitely check with your doctor or a dietitian first, because I have no medical qualifications. But I would say that it should be safe to steam with seawater because, according to my high school science, the salt doesn't evaporate with the water. It's the same way that we get our water in the rains. It's the same way, you know what I mean? The water evaporates from the sea,
ocean,
and then it comes over the land, and then we get rain, and we can drink that water. So I would imagine that should be a great option for you to save water and also keep safe.
Yeah. So steam, steam, steam. But as Emily just said, Desiree, do consult your medical practitioner and physician first. That's
Please,
most important. But thank you so much. Very, very insightful question. All right, on to making our ice cream here. So
zip it. Let's make sure it's not going to leak anywhere.
quickly, get it in there.
Okay,
We're running out of time.
Okay, go.
Okay, you close it up, and then what do you then do
You're gonna
after you
shake
do
it.
Okay, and so you get your little ones at home to help you.
Yeah,
this
cover
is
it all up in the ice.
covered it up in ice, and then you shake it up. Hold on, what technique do you use? I'm trying to get this all on stuff. So do you just kind of get in there and then boom, 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 boom.
And you shake it, for like 10 minutes.
And then voila, 10 minutes later you have this beautiful strawberry camel milk ice cream that you can
keep
enjoy as a dessert after you've entertained your friends with our seawater steamed garlic aioli. Emily, thank you very much. You've been wonderful.
Thank you so much.
We'll
Yeah,
see
you've
you
been
again
wonderful too.
next week for another Culinary Hotline playing.
Ching, ching,
Ching, ching, ching.